Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Patrick with REMAX Realty Team here in sunny Cape Coral, Florida. You can reach me at 239-691-7159 or on the by email at patrick@thereedteam.com. Okay, so a little bit different format than what you're probably used to seeing. So I'd like to maybe try something out with you, see if you like it. If you happen to be watching this on my YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way I can reach out to more people, and you get automatically notified when something gets posted. So, okay, so this conversation is going to be pretty much just about Cape Coral. It'll be a little bit longer. So we have a lot of information that we need to kind of go over, right? So the first one is, I get asked this question a lot. Well, it seems like everybody's paying cash all the time. So I reached out, did a little research, and come to find out that, interestingly enough, cash only makes up about 37% of what happens here in Cape Coral. You'll see that the cash is the blue line, and conventional financing is 52%. The gray line happens to be FHA. Yellow is VA, and the last one, which is the lighter blue, is other. So you'll see that historically, since 2019 forward, so basically pre-COVID forward, conventional financing has been over 50% of our sales. Kind of interesting, isn't it? All right. So we are gonna move on. Let me scroll down to the next slide here, which happens to be mortgage rates. So here, this is actually kind of interesting, right? This goes back to 2014, where I picked up the first rate at 4.43, and as of the end of last month, interest rates were at about 5.5. So, what is going to be kind of interesting is going to be right in and around here at this point, right in and around here. Okay, so if you keep your eyes on that spot right in there, that's kind of like at the end of 21 and beginning of 22, right? So you can see that pretty much over time. Kind of went up and down, and since about 2018 or so, we had a pretty good trend down, and it bottomed out here at 2.67. The reason I'm bringing this up is interesting because of the next slide, which is single-family homes sold here in the county from 2019 all the way forward. What I do is I have it broken down as the blue line is Cape Coral, the orange line is Fort Myers, the gray line is Lehigh, and the yellow line is Bonita. So pretty much what you're seeing here, and I want you to kind of take a look at pretty much like right in and around this area here, right? And it's not a great circle, but kind of in and around that area, right? That's the end of October of 21 and into January of 22. So you'll notice that we have a little bit of a spike, right in through here, right in through here. So it's kind of like at the beginning of roughly the beginning of January. Okay. So the reason that I'm bringing this to your point, not to your point, to a point, right, is that right in and around, let me grab that point again. So right in and around this area right here is where interest rates started to peak. Okay. So back onto this slide here, you'll see that in this area, sales in the county were either level or declining. So as the interest rates were dropping, people weren't buying. They weren't really, they really weren't, the sales were kind of dropping off a little bit, right? Kind of interesting. But as soon as the interest rates started trending up, right in through here is where you start to see a spike in sales, right? So essentially what I'm thinking is that people heard that the interest rates were rising and they said, oh my, I need to buy a house. And they just went off and started buying. Hence, sales went up. Kind of interesting, right? All right, we're going to move on to Cape Coral single-family home sales all the way back to 2008 to current, okay? The blue line is what is active, and the orange line would be what has sold. So you can see, so over time, Cape Coral has typically sold under 1,000 per month. And if you average all of these numbers out, it averages out to be a little over 500, about 500, 450 to 500 each and every month. Pretty consistent. But what you can see is as we're coming along and we hit right in and around this area right here is where COVID hit. All right. So you can see the spread in how many houses are active versus what is sold, right? So as time marched on and COVID came along, look at the inventory. Inventory started dropping, and then we crossed over where we had actually less inventory and more sales. So it's just inventory kind of like hung over from the previous months. But as we get down, basically right into here, right, and we see what's on the market and what's sold, it's basically even. Let me try to blow this up for you right here. Okay, right there is where you can see, right, active versus sold. They're pretty much even. So we're essentially selling pretty much what's on the market. As soon as it comes on the market, it's gone, right? So now as these numbers move along, as the next couple of months show up, those numbers they may change, and who knows, maybe they'll get a little bit spread apart. So here, specific to Cape Coral single-family homes, from January of 19 through today. What I wanted to do is break it up into 4 categories. We've got off-water, freshwater, Gulf access, which is basically you got to go under a bridge, and direct access or sailboat. So the blue is off-water, orange is freshwater, gray is Gulf access, and the yellow is direct access. So you can see we're pretty much even as we're going through time, and then boom, and right in and around, what's this? We've got right in and around this time, right in through here is where we start seeing things starting to take off and start to increase in sales price. So you'll notice that the average sale price of direct access is basically 1.1. Gulf access is at 970, freshwater 616, and off-water 421. But nice steady climb. We're not seeing any kind of a pullback. The direct access, we don't see as many, so the sample, I guess you could say the sample from trying to get the average is a little smaller, so you can have 1 or 2 really high sales that would skew the numbers. But overall, you can see nice steady increase all the way through. So I thought this might be interesting for you guys. I thought it was kind of interesting myself. Days on market, you can see the trend trending down all the way down to we average anywhere between 14 to 22 days on market. So property is moving along pretty quick. As the inventory grows, I think we'll probably see those days on market stretching out a little bit longer. So we'll see what happens next month, and maybe 2 months from now. I think we may see that stretching out just a little bit. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is land. Right here, same thing. 4 categories, right? And direct access. Look how scattered this is in pricing. The average sold price of land. So we have here direct access, right? At $350. Now this is average, by the way. Okay, average. The average Gulf Access $250. That we're not separating it by whether it has a seawall or doesn't have a seawall. We're just trying to get general tone and averages. And what's interesting is the freshwater and off water are both pretty close to each other. So anyway, so listen, that'll wrap it up. If you thought this was interesting, please go over to my YouTube channel. Give me a like or subscribe. If you're seeing this on Facebook or Instagram, if it's on Instagram, go ahead, click the follow button for me, and I'll appreciate that. And on Facebook, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and maybe leave a comment. Now, last thing, if you're interested in selling your home, I can help you out. I hope this data was super informative for you. I just wanted to put this out so you know that we have, that I have a little bit of handle on what's going on here in the county. So keep your eyes open. I'll be doing kind of the same thing for the remainder of the county, which would be Bonita, right, Fort Myers, Lehigh, and how it all compares to the Cape. All right. Okay, guys, have fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.